Hello and welcome back everyone to the University Alliance Cup Season 3. My name is Infinity and alongside with me is Dash and we have another game. We have another series for today. It's Sage Tempest versus Radiant. I am excited. This will be their very first win potentially for
Yeah,
this series. Dash, how are you doing?
yeah, man, I'm excited for this matches. And again, this is copium for both of our teams. Sage Tempest and CPU. I wish they would be able to get the first. Yeah, they would be able to get the first win. Sino kaya sa kanila yung
Right?
makakuha nito. And that is gonna be exciting to see. But now, looking at how it turned out on Group A, it's just very brutal, right? There's two teams that's already 0-4, and how is still on top. So right now, is there potential to lose? It's been 3 games. They still have two to fight with.
hmm And as far as I know, as far as I remember, in Season 2, HAU was also so dominant
Yeah,
in University
yeah,
Alliance Cup,
yeah,
right? So they're just
yeah.
showing their dominance up until right now for Season 3. And now we're looking at Division A. For the second one, for UST, is also there in the
Oh,
Vitans. And to be fair, actually, the Vitans surprised me. They beat
yeah.
top teams from Season 2, and they're bringing it once again here for Season 3. But let's go
Ooh.
through our Barbadagulaan for this one.
Yeah.
Dash, best team strategy so far. What's
Yeah,
going on
for
here?
best team strategy for me, I think so far has been I think it has been the team fight oriented one cuz how hasn't lost a game yet with this play style, and they're very safe. They always go for team fights. They're very strong with their communication, and that's very team fight oriented, and I think how would still be having their dominance onto this next ones. But what do you think so far?
You know what? You're going for team fight oriented. I'm going for the dynamic duo. I love
Really?
it. You know what?
Mhm.
I don't know if
Yeah.
they're.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know,
yeah.
but you know what? We all just wish to have a dynamic duo in solo queue. Maybe not solo queue anymore,
Sana
duo
all, right?
queue for Wild
Yeah.
Rift, right? Sana. Oh,
Yeah.
so I'm going for the dynamic duo all the way.
Right. Yeah,
And
but
now
now,
let's jump into the
mhm.
second one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who
who
will
will
get the
get first
first
place?
place? Hmm.
I don't know. What do you think?
In, yeah, in Group B, there's a lot of strong teams, right? There's the USD, PUP, and Websu. So it's really hard to really know who's gonna win. But so far, this promotional team, Websu and PUP, have been proving themselves, right? But still, I think I'm gonna go very classic, very old school. The experience of USD Teletigers is just so much that I think right now they're gonna be on the first place for Group B. What do you think, man?
Well, you know what? Leviathans
Yeah,
has never failed me or has not
yeah,
failed me as of yet. I'm going for
yeah.
Leviathans all the way. They showed up big time from their very first series for here in season 3. And I hope, well, let's see if they can
Yeah.
win it too for this one. Let's go to number 3, Dash.
Ooh. Yeah, this is hard to deal with because we will qualify for playoffs in Group A. So there's a lot of teams that have a lot of ties in here. So I think if I'm gonna be picking the 3 teams here, how is always gonna be there. PNU has been there in the playoffs. FIT and PLM, I still have hopium for PLM that they would be able to be in the playoffs. What do you think, man?
Well, I'm going HAU all the way. HAU all
Okay.
the way. Valiant Esports, man. Season 2, Season 3. What
Yeah,
else? Season 4, Season 5, Season 6.
they're
I
gonna be
mean,
dominating. Yeah.
they have what it takes. They have what it takes. So I believe it's going to be Valiant Esports going into the playoffs for in Group A.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that can still go into Group A here. But now, again, we're going to be in the draft already. There's a lot of bets already right now for a draft. So, looking at this in the bigger scene, we have seeing Sage going for a very niche setup here. They have the Galleon, they have the Jana. So, engage, disengage. But on the other side, CP are going all in.
Definitely. You have Rakan, you have Renekton. These are aggressive champions. And
Yeah.
especially when it comes to team fights, this will actually be very strong. Specifically, Rakan and Oriana in the same lineup. You have Rakan just being that aggressive support, and
Yeah.
Oriana with a shockwave. If it connects onto those valuable team fights, it's going to
Mhm.
be something that Sage Tempest needs to take note of.
Yeah, we have a lot of things to talk about, especially when it comes to wombo combos, right? There's a big margin of error for those combos to be able to hit, especially the Rakan 2, the Shockwave. It's not really easy to hit the combos, but still, it's still possible there that they would be able to pull that off. But against a team that is mostly on the back line, like Jana and Corky, it would be hard to pull off. But if ever they did, CPU might have a big advantage here.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see about that. How is this going through? Because now we've just finished our bans. Riven and Camille banned away by CPU, and Olaf and Zaya banned away by USA. We'll see
Mm,
how this will mold their draft because ADC is still lacking for Radiant.
yeah.
What ADC are you going to pick? But instead, they're saving it for last. Jarvan 4 instead prioritized by Radiant.
Yeah, Rain and 17 also have a lot of things that they can pick off for because Oriana has been denied. Sage Tempest has been using that. But again, on the top side, Renekton also has been taken. So this is very smart for CPU to deny a lot of the champions coming in from the side of USA. But I think Sage has something in mind. They want to go for a Pantheon. Very aggressive, especially on the early game, would be able to pull off. But again, Graves has been picked off. Really good pick. Even in Horizon Cup, we have been seeing a lot of Graves.
Yeah, definitely. I think the power of Graves here is the late game. You just have
Yeah,
to look at the Bloodthirster and then Solari Charge Blade. After then, 2 items Power Spike. He's just going to
that's
deal
really strong.
so much damage. So
Yeah.
Graves being picked up by Sage Tempest is looking for that late game
Ooh.
alongside with Corki and Darius for their draft composition today.
Yeah, there's already a problem that I'm seeing here from the side of Sage Tempest. They have a lot of damage potential, right? But they don't have a lot of CC to work with. Yes, they have the Apprehend, they have the Hero's Entrance, but would that be enough to pull off the damage for Corki and Graves? I think there's a very big reaction from the side of Radiant here. Yeah, they can go for the Misfortune for the full Wombo combo composition here.
It's been a long time since I've last seen Misfortune. Even in
Yeah.
Horizon Cup, it has been like a minority pick here.
Yeah.
Misfortune coming up, I think, would be great. As you stated, the Wombo combo, Oriana Jarvan for Misfortune, would be an absolute combo to fight up against Sage Tempest. And put that aside, you also have Rakan as a support. So it's
Yeah.
looking that great for them. However, we still have to put an important note on the Galio for Sage Tempest. If
Yep.
Jarvan 4 jumps in, Galio can just jump in as well.
Yeah.
All of this, I don't know. It's going to be chaos for team
Yeah.
fights.
Basically, if ever someone goes in for the side of CPU, there's a Galio to counter them out because almost all of them are very all in type, very engaged type of team composition. And Sage also has the Janna to stop them if ever the chaos is happening. Janna would just be there to put on the Monsoon to push them back away, reset the fight. That could be a chance for Sage Tempest to at least get on the fight themselves.
Yeah, disengage. Going to be very important for them. So we'll see. Can the disengage CCs of Sage Tempest
Yeah.
outshine the Wombo combo absolutely party setup for Radiant?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only thing that is out of place here is the Renekton. Yes, Renekton could go in, doesn't have a lot of AoE, but still, Renekton could at least shut down the top laner. And that's basically what he does. But against a Darius, I'm not really sure because Darius really is strong in the early game. But this is the usual, right? Darius, Renekton, but most of the time, Renekton gets the upper hand in the mid game.
Yeah. Imagine having a Riven instead.
Yeah, I think
Instead
it's
of
better.
Renekton.
Yeah.
Those CCs AoE is going to
Yeah.
be just so much that USA needs to take care of. But right now we're just going in for a traditional playstyle, no early aggression for both teams. Looking at their draft, no one's really that strong when it comes to level 1.
Yeah, very. I think this is gonna be a very slow game until the next objective that is gonna come out in 4 minutes. So everyone is just gonna stay up. I think the only thing that we're gonna be seeing fighting is Baron Lane, because Tokage and Marsha would really fight it out for sure in the early game.
Yeah, and I mean these are the rivalry of
Yeah.
champions in the barrel lane. This has been ongoing for seasons to seasons. Darius versus Renekton. It's
Yeah.
no more Darius versus Garen. Screw that.
Yeah.
We have Darius versus Renekton in the Baron lane.
Yeah, so far it has been. I mean, in the Horizon Cup so far, it's been Renekton having the advantage every time. I mean, early game we all know how strong they are, but this is very interesting, right? CPU went for Dox in the bot lane and the Misfortune in the mid lane. So this is a very interesting setup. We don't usually see this, but again, CPU, I think they're gonna be trying to make this work.
They should be. They should
Yeah.
make it work. Right? They should make
Yeah.
it work. But right now, looking at it, Wisdomus is already at level 3. This is his power spike. He can flag and drag, goes for the combo. So this can be Radiant's first blood if they want to pressure on top side.
Yeah, they want to go for the top side. Look at the rotation coming from Shadow Ethan going to the top side, and that is okay. That's his first blood for them.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, right? Strong at level 3, he's going to take it. He's already there. Why not take the opportunity to get that first blood, get that early game lead up against Sage Tempest, especially when they have Quisepi with the Graves.
Yeah, and again, Giuseppe again taking the blue buff. We all know how Graves is gonna be not strong in the early game, right? And he's gonna be waiting it out to at least get the first item before he goes for full-on ganks. He doesn't have a lot of CC, but later on he would be a menace to deal with. That's why Wisdomus is trying his best to get the early game ganks.
Yeah. And another
no,
one is
Marsha.
already building
Marsha.
up. Top side once again. The Cataclysm connects it, but Marsha forces out the flash, so he's gonna go out safely.
Yeah,
No kills
very
for Radiant.
Yeah, very big to be able to get that flash. Again, a re-gank could happen for the side of CPU Radiant. They would have a bigger advantage here if ever they shut down the Darius. That's basically a 4v5 already on the mid game and the late game.
But Radiant is looking sleek in this early game. They're looking quite great, to be fair. But something that I want to talk about is the Mountain Dragon and the Rift Herald that will come up in a minute or so. This, I think, is already the constant conversation. Is the Mountain Drake much more weightful or valuable than a Rift Herald, especially on this considered lineup here, Dash?
Yeah, and if ever they are... Oh man, this is really hard for CPU to be able to pull this off because they have the advantage with the kills, but if ever the next objective coming in 30 seconds of the clock, I hope that they would be able to get that onto the next one because if USA would have a chance to scale, Rain and also Giuseppe would just have a lot of damage. So Radiant needs to shut them down as long as they can.
And I think at this point in time, if ever Sage Tempest maybe loses another member on a team fight or a gank, I think it would be favorable for them to go for the Mountain Dragon instead. Because
Yeah.
Radiant has Ariana. And Ariana in the late game has so much damage, especially if the Shockwave connects, and they need to have that sustainability as much as they could. And right now we're seeing Giuseppe going for the Mountain Dragon. They have to get it.
Yeah. There's the really... Okay, they really want to go for the Mountain Drake here, but it takes a long time to take down the Mountain Drake. I think there's going to be a fight here.
Might be. It's going to be Janna here.
Oh.
Face front. Going in. Now it's stuck. Forcing out the flash away, and the flash for flash going to be burned as Raid puts him down.
Yeah, there's going to be another fight, though.
Yeah. All the time goes through, but gets cancelled. Galio with the hero's entrance. Knocks him up. Two-man taunt coming from Galio. But the Cataclysm brings down one, and now Sage Tempest is creeping into enemy territory, but easy flag and drag out Honey Fruit to keep him alive.
Yeah, that is a good fight coming in from Sage Tempest. They were able to get the Mountain Drake. They were able to get 3-kill Shadow.
What are you doing? You get taunted and you die instantly.
No.
With a 4v1.
Yeah, good flash from Singh. He did even use the Ignite to be able to secure that kill. That's good fights for Sage Tempest, and they're fighting for more. I think, yeah, that is a good reaction. Getting the Mountain Drake. They didn't get the Rift Herald, but still, they were able to get the extra defenses, extra stats. We wouldn't like that for Sage Tempest.
Yeah, it was just very, very interesting, I suppose, because Shadow was already on the weak side of the map. He didn't
Yeah.
have his teammates beside him. He doesn't have anyone alongside with him, but he still jumped onto the pitch. That is exactly where you don't want to be up against Sage Tempest at that, because they were able to win that team fight. Now, here on top side, Wisdomus coming through. It's a 2v2 as Giuseppe is here on the back end. Marsha going in for the HP, not connect though, but still going to be alive. Good
Ooh.
response coming from both teams.
Oh yeah, they were able to take it out. They know that they have the advantage right now. That's why they all just rotating around the map. Even though that Gallia is not up, it's okay because it doesn't have the hero's entrance anyway. So mid lane might be the target here for the members right now. Giuseppe is primed in position for a gank.
They're not gonna pull through
Yeah.
because SJ is there as a peeler for Misfortune. So not the greatest ideal situation for him if you want to go to a gank. But at the current situation, everyone's going back for the laning phase. Everyone's farming because they're waiting for the next objective to come up, which will be the Cloud Dragon.
Yeah, waiting for the Cloud Drake. This is very crucial, especially for the team composition of CPU. They really want to pull off a lot of fights. That's why Cloud Drake is going to be the stepping stone for that. Marsha.
Marsha, yeah, Flag and Drag goes in for the knockup, and Marsha still going to be alive.
Ooh.
Turret, so much damage onto Wisdomus.
Yeah, they were able to take it out, and at least they were able to push back Sage Tempest from that position, and now they're going to be taking the tower in the top side, and this would be big. At least now they have a lot of a lot of pressure in the top side, but they traded mid lane for that, and that's a very big objective.
Yeah, and that's not even worth it because look at the bot side. It
Yeah.
might just be 2 turrets trade for
Oh
1.
no. Oh
And not
no.
even another for top side because Rift Herald is gonna get killed. So I think
No.
it's so much more value for Sage Tempest than we have expected or than Radiant expected coming through for the top lane guy.
Yeah, there's just a lot of siege potential for the side of Sage Tempest. That's why they were able to take the tower in the mid and bot lane. And because of that, they have a lot of pressure. The Drake is coming up. They don't have vision on that side. And that's basically why you take down towers. Because you want to have the pressure on the next objective. And now Sage Tempest has that advantage. They even have the package for this next one. But I think it's off time. So at least on the next fight, they don't have the package.
Mm-hmm. Right. And the Rift Herald is gonna come up in 30 seconds. So
Yeah.
not the package. It's going to be much harder. However,
I think they're
no,
gonna
no, no. He has the
They're
package,
gonna find kills. Yeah.
right?
They're gonna use it right now because on 10 seconds, I don't know if it's the right timing for Corki because they need to use it on the next fight, but at least on 5 seconds, yeah, they're not using it still. So Rain, right timing right here.
Waiting for that last second.
Yeah.
Use it. I don't know how this would turn out, but it looks
Mm.
like another trade in objectives for both teams.
Yeah.
They handshake, they signed the contract. We're going to take Cloud Dragon for the side of Sage Tempest. Radiant, you can have the Rift Herald.
Yeah, negotiation from both of our sides because anyway, they have good siege, right, Infinity, so that's why they don't even need the Rift Herald. They got 2 towers without the Rift Herald. They're going to be taking more for sure on the next one. With the Cloud Drake, that is very big stats for them. They can rotate around the map faster, so Sage Tempest is always going to be primed in position for the next objectives.
Yeah, and you have to consider, I think Sage Tempest was in favor overall, even then, if they lost their Rift Herald, even considering that it is actually quite, or debatably, quite more valuable than Cloud Dragon or Mountain Dragon. Because
Yeah.
when we looked at a while ago, go on back, they've traded 2 turrets instead of 1 with the Rift Herald coming from Radiant, so
Sing?
good value out of that. But Sage Seeing
No.
now locked in with a Cataclysm followed up by EZJ, and Shockwave will connect to finish it off. Radiant gets a kill.
Yeah, here's what you're saying a while ago. Because of that kill that they got there, they are now going to be using the Rift Herald to be able to take down the tower in the bot lane. But there's a trade again happening. Sage Tempest knows that it's going to happen. They're taking mid, they're taking top.
We're running it back, but EZJ now coming on mid lane, defending it through and through. But top side, turret
Ooh.
is not going to be saved. It's going to be destroyed. But Radiant is going to do the same, pushing in tier 2 turret.
Oh, that's very big. They were able to take the tier 2 now. On the next one, the Eternal Jake is going to be easier for them. Because basically, right now, this bot lane side of the jungle would be on the side of CPU Radiant. They're slowly creeping out here, Infinity. They're being shoveled down a while ago by Sage Tempest, but they're slowly climbing up. And CPU, I think they're showing signs of life here.
And the Infernal Dragon is one of the most important dragons available in this game. It provides you 6% damage bonus as its base form, and at Elder Dragon form, it gives you 12. So taking it for yourself is going to be much more important. But looking at this right now, it's pretty much very close. Because look at the gold difference. Only 1k gold lead for Sage.
Ooh, okay, yeah. That is... I thought that they have the bigger advantage here, but because of the towers that has been taken down by by CPU, they were able to at least come back for a bit. But now it's looking really scary that Giuseppe is getting items. He already has the Solari Charge Blade.
This is what I'm talking about. 2 items
Yeah.
power spec, and he's gonna get that safety with a Blood Thirster, gives you more shield, and now he can stack 75% crit chance with Solari
Yeah.
Charge Blade if he
Oh,
goes for the kill. But here into the mid lane, 2v1 once again. Wisdomus is trying to go back away, but with the
Who's
GA,
this?
he's still gonna be safe even if he gets slain. So Sage Tempest goes back. We cannot afford to lose one of our members.
Yeah, the Stone Plate is so much to deal with for Sage Tempest. That's why Wisdomus just became so tanky that they weren't able to take him out. Even not able to take out the GA that they were expecting to pop out. But now, it's come to a close that right now it's going to be slow here on because there's no objectives to fight with against. Especially the second tier turret is hard to deal with. Even for the side of Sage Tempest, they can't even push back because they know that Radiant can fight them out right now. That Dux and also Shadow has some items in their hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult, right? It's difficult because earlier,
Yeah.
We're looking at Jarvan 4 having the gold lead, but right now it's a different story. Graves came back with the farm, and I think this is just a great commendability for Sage Tempest. You know what?
Hmm.
Even if they were at lost a while ago, they kept constantly pushing time and time again
Yeah.
Radiant in lanes to push the turrets, and on top of all that, they keep on farming. We cannot
Yeah.
stop farming because if we stop,
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah, very, very patient for Sage Tempest because on this kind of team composition, you don't really want to go first in the fight because you need to be reactive. You have the hero's entrance, you have the monsoon, just let them go in. And if ever Radiant takes the bait, you use your ultimates after that. And that's why right now, in the position, they have the package on this Inferno Drake fight.
Yeah, they're here. The dominance comes first. Radiant has the dibs onto the Dragon's Pit. Sage Tempest, what are you gonna do? Because right now, it's looking at Radiant staying on the riverbed, but considering the Renekton is on top lane, they cannot go for this fight. Sage Tempest, you can go for the Infernal Dragon and take it for yourself.
Yeah, they got pushed back. Now Infernal Drake is on dibs here though.
Correct. Cataclysm, and now the TPs are coming through. Can he make it? Bullet time is going through, but he gets slain. And now 2k HP for the Infernal Dragon. Hero's entrance coming to the stage, going through, zones away the enemy team, but Cloud Dragon, or Infernal Dragon rather, has been stolen by CPU. And now they've gotten the most important dragon in this game, but they lost 3 members.
Yeah, they lost 3 members. That's basically worth it for their side. But still, the chase is happening. Wisdomus is going to be the target. But looking at the fight here, everyone, it was just really easy here on. Shadow fell down, but until Wisdomus was able to make the impossible happen, he was ticking on the dragon. That's why they weren't able to get it. It was basically easier here on, but the most important dragon has been taken. Wisdomus is taking a lot of their time here.
Wisdomus, why are you there? You're dancing with that. And you dance with the melody of Sage Tempest as he just came through with a kill for Sage Tempest with a blink of an eye.
Yeah, I mean, from Infernal Drake, he run through to the top lane, so that took a lot of time for the side of Sage Tempest, even delaying the reset coming in from their side. That's why I thought that was a Baron call after getting that, but still, because of the time that they took to take down Wisdomus, they weren't able to get dibs on the Baron.
Yeah, I think they still do respect with the ultimates available for Radiant.
Yeah.
That ECJ can just easily jump through to the Baron's Pit with the quickness and the Grand Entrance with Dux. How can you do this? Unbelievable! He still gets the kill onto Rain and he's still running and he looks to safety. Giuseppe just backs off. He cannot go for the kill onto Orianna and the collateral damage is not even enough to bring him down.
Wow, no respect from Rain to Dux. Dux just decimated his HP right there. That was too much to deal with. Look at this again, the fight. Look at how Rain is just ticking down in his HP. But after the shockwave, everything fell through to their side. And now with that, that is now a 4v5. So basically, they can't take dibs on the Baron. They're now rotating around the map. And maybe they're looking for another kill on this side.
Yeah, the flash, man. I can't go over it. It's like the biggest bait of them all. You know what? Jump through me, dash through me. I'm just gonna flash, get the kill, go back.
He has the movement speed anyway, so that's why he was really banking on the fact that Dissonance would be able to save his life. And I really like the play coming from Dux. The confidence coming from that. He knows he has the damage, so he's just gonna pull that through. Look at this, 12k gold onto Dux, and he even has the Ravenous Death Cap right now. So they need to respect the damage coming in from Dux.
Yeah, and on top of what you stated about the movement speed, I like how you mentioned about the dissonance. But on top of all that, remember, he has the face rush.
Right,
Face rush
right.
just zooms in. Keeps him alive, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now, looking at this game, it is an absolute lead for Sage Tempest, but Radiant can still keep on going. But the Baron Nashor is alive. If someone takes this, this might be the end gaming objective. Because Radiant is open when it comes to the mid lane, only inhibitor turret left. And for Sage Tempest, if they lose the Baron Nashor, you have the bot lane for Radiant to push through.
Yeah, considering that mid lane has been taken down already, I think Sage Tempest still has the advantage when it comes to the map pressure because their mid lane turrets are still up. So if ever they're going to be rotating, they can still be seen by the turrets coming in from the side of Sage Tempest. But now, on the next objective, we're coming in with the Ocean Drake. The Elder Ocean Drake would be very big. They need to look out for this next one because this is going to be sustained. This is what they both want for their teams. If ever they have the sustain, it's going to be very big.
Yeah, and the Elder Dragon as well is going to be alive at 20 seconds, but r- rather, this is surprising. Kizapi going for the 1v1 up against the Baron. I don't think he can do it. And
Yeah.
CPU Radiant is going through and through. They're going for the quick response. And this might just be a bait. They're going and journeying immediately to the Ocean Elder Dragon. Radiant, can you respond?
Yeah. They have the package. They can use it in their favor. They now have dibs on the positioning though, so I think CPU Radiant needs to go get for this.
Bad position now with the quickness and the grand entrance going for the zone away, but Radiant is still holding on with the bullet time. So much damage. And now Sage Tempest does his 2 members, but this will be a 2-for-2. And Darius will lose it. And Giuseppe, the only one alive to go for Sage Tempest to defend the Elder Dragon, but they cannot hold on. And Wisdom was there. GA is now going to be popped. As Giuseppe dashes in, gets the kill onto the Misfortune, but he cannot get the kill onto the jungle.
Wow.
As Elder Dragon is now getting smashed by Radiant.
Yeah, that is very big. They were able to get the win there on the fight. They were able to get the Ocean Drake. And with this is just because of what you said a while ago. The Infernal Drake is just helping them tons for tons. Look at the damage from the Misfortune. It was very well timed, very well placed in the bullet time. Nobody was able to stop him. That's why, because of that, they just fell through. Everyone's HP just pummeled down. And now with the Ocean Drake, it's going to be easier here on for CPU Radiant. They can take dibs on the Baron.
Yeah, and if bullet time was even cancelled at the start of that ultimate casted, I don't think Radiant has a chance.
Yeah,
Because
right.
Giuseppe was very low already. The Cataclysm, yes, it locked down, but you can just flash away. You can just come back. But that bullet time is an absolute just a winning condition for Radiant in that team fight alone that put so much damage to the hands of Sage Tempest, and now they need to fight. But here into the mid lane, it's going to be Shockwave going in up against 17, forces out the Monsoon. It's still going to be alive with 1 HP, but not for long as he gets slain. And now is ECJ going and jumping around into the team fight as Kizapi is forced to a very low stance. And Radiant is pushing and pushing in the mid lane.
Now the Baron is going to get taken. They have dibs on it. They were able to take down 3 members out of the way. Giuseppe is still alive, but I think they wouldn't be able to contest this already. Again, during that fight, it was very big coming in from Radiant. Dux even used the shockwave. Even without it, the grand entrance to the Cataclysm was able to stop them on their tracks. And Sage Tempest are now backs against the wall. They didn't get the Ocean Drake. They didn't get the Baron. And now CPU, they now have the advantage.
Yeah, they have to defend as much as they could. They still have that chance. Only a 2k gold difference at that. But with the Baron Nashor for Radiant, this is going to be mission impossible for Sage Tempest to win it, to defend it. But if they could, this might be their comeback play. The Radiant is going hand in hand. They're pushing through all lanes.
Yeah, 4 items on the docks. Need to respect the damage coming in from this man because you're gonna get chunked down if ever all of you are on the range of the Wamba combo coming in from the side of Rage. And Sage Tempest needs to be careful here. They need to at least take some pick-offs because so far, Tokage has always been alone. So if you at least take him down, get the pick-up, a 4v5 is at least doable for your side.
And if Tokage, remember, can also go for the 1-4 setup. So he can play that Hokage or ninja moves in this game and just simply push it and push it. Push Sage Tempest on the corner, on the border. They cannot come back up.
Remember the oh, look at this Wisdomus.
Oh, still gonna be alive though, so tanky. But you've got Isijay, fearless, going in. But look at the bullet time! He just shot it up, and now it's going to be a kill for him. What a play from Shadow. It just gives information for ECJ, and now it's not going to be enough as Giuseppe tries to run away, but it gets burned down by the Ignite, and Radiant is pulling up as the Nexus is now being chunked up by the cannon minions. They cannot defend, they cannot live, and Radiant gets their first win in UAC.
What was that, Infinity? Even if the grand entrance to the quickness didn't even hit, it didn't matter because Dux and the bullet time coming from Shadow was able to pull it through, and losing 1 member on that last fight, on that crucial fight, was enough to take them down. Look at the replay here. This was a very big fight. CPU was able to take down 3 members already, calling the Baron, and that is when everything fell to the side of USA Sage Tempest. And now CPU at least gets their first win right now now on the group stages. I think it's too late, but still, they were able to get their first win.
Yeah. What a game. We went
Yeah.
straight into 20 minutes. Sage Tempest and Radiant were going back and forth. No one has the huge lead of 2k gold. Even it was consistently going for a 1k gold lead for Sage Tempest and then Radiant and then Sage Tempest. It was back and forth, and that is what I love to see for both these teams.
Yeah, and that was really interesting to see that Sage Tempest was able to get hold of the advantage. They really just struggled on the part that even though that Giuseppe had the item advantage, he has 3 items already on that last parts of the fight, but he wasn't able to turn that into gold. He wasn't able to turn that into something that is reachable on the grass on the hands of Sage Tempest because Radiant was just there on every fight that happened. It was just ducks getting fat shockwaves, and that was enough to shut them down.
Yeah, and I think Dux has like a magnet in his ball. It's
Yeah, right.
manufactured to his liking. He's just 1v1 outplaying consistently on the mid lane, and even such of a team fight coming in from Radiant. It was a phenomenal play. But overall, every single one of them played to the max, played to the
Yeah.
limit. They showed us big time on this game one.
Yeah, they tried their best, but before we go on to the next game, shout outs to partners at Logitech G. If you're looking to supercharge your gaming setup so you can hashtag keep playing, check out Logitech's amazing gaming gear at logitech.acadarena.com. And also, AcadArena recently launched its newest cycles of scholarships that are open to all student gamers. If you have siblings, cousins, or friends who are in senior high school and college, they can apply for a scholarship grant. Simply visit us acadarena.com/scholarships and get the chance to be an hashtag AcadArena scholar. And now, on to the next game, man. PLM Hardy Buns versus How Valiant Esports. Would this be the first chance that Valiant Esports would lose that first game? Because so far, PLM has also been consistent.
We'll find out, man. We'll find out, Dash. Valiant
Yeah.
Esports has been so dominant. Harbon's only lost one game. Can they make it even? Can they make 3-1 for both teams? We'll find out after this short break when we come back.
Yeah, but I think Infinity, we're not gonna be having a short break right
No,
now.
no,
'Cause-
no breaks.
yeah, we're just gonna be going in for this next game,
All
PLM
right.
and also How Valiant Esports. We're just gonna be stepping it out, not even a break here. So it's gonna be going in for the game already. So it's gonna be on the blue side for PLM. So far, PLM has been picking off a lot of their champions that is on their comfort. Nami has always been a pick. I wish How would be able to catch wind of that and ban this Nami that Les G has been playing confidently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, confidence is a very important attribute to players, right?
Yeah.
Because the confidence gives you that attribute of outplaying, and
Yeah.
also just the potential of those flash aggression plays for your team. So I guess confidence is really just the main part of playing and even being part of a pro player here at University Alliance Cup. And of course, shout outs to the collegiate teams that are part of this, making
Yeah.
this all possible alongside with AcadArena making it all happen.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see on how this is gonna be turning out because PLM lost their first game to PNU. Well, now they're currently going to get back onto their winning streak. They don't want to get onto a 2-2 because Valiant Esports right now has been dominating. They won their season 2 and so far they have been performing really well. Honestly, it's really hard to deal with, especially when the pressure is coming into your side because PLM just went back from the promotionals. They're really young onto Division A, and Valiant Esports has been here for a while now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you're proving yourself. I think this is also a proving ground, right? We can do
Yep.
it too. And I think there is a Valorant player for University Alliance Cup prior that has now reached the professional scene,
Yeah.
right? So maybe here in University Alliance Cup for League of Legends Wild Rift, we can also have that opportunity next year, especially with 2022. I think that year would be the official start for Worlds for Wild Rift. Let's see, let's find out how's that gonna turn out because right now, Philippines is one of the strongest regions so far for Wild
hmm
Rift.
Yeah, especially on Horizons Cup, we have seen Team Secret on their really mythical run, and I wish that on the next time we can get further in the end there, because right now you just lost, but it's okay because still the development of the wild rift scene is still there, and I hope we would be able to enrich more of this, especially right now in the collegiate scene. We have been enriching a lot of these players. They have the potential to be able to compete with the best of the best in the Philippines, and right now, how I think is one of the best teams so far that I have been seeing in the collegiate scene.
Yeah, and for the viewers watching at home, for the students, for the colleges, for the academic leaders, if you want to bring your school to esports, the AcadArena Alliance program is here for you. Alliance member clubs get access to our exclusive tournaments, mentorship, event
Mhm.
supports, and of course, the Globe Esports Merit Scholarship. Learn how to join the Alliance today at acadarena.com/alliance. Check it out.
Yeah, check it out, everyone. And also, if you love memes, gameplay, and other student life videos, check out AcadArena on TikTok. Follow at AcadArena. And if you're part of our first 1,000 followers, you'll get the chance to win some of our weekly giveaways. Post or tweet with the hashtag AA TikTok giveaway to make your entry count. And again, this is going to be the game. The picks and bans are happening. Haribons versus Valiant Esports. Lee Sin won't see the light of day on this game because, early game advantage is big advantage in Wild Rift.
Yeah, and Lee Sin, we saw how Hysteresis has
Yeah.
played this champion a while ago. It was
Yeah.
absolute dominance all around. So banning away by Harry Bonds is just that early game. You know what? Remove it. We don't want to fight this early game. We want that late game skill. And Valiant
Yeah.
Esports is now waiting for that ban.
Yeah, they're waiting for the next ban, and I hope that they ban the comfort picks from the side of Haribons. Because so far, yeah, there you go. The Nami triple pick by Leslie on the last 3 games that they did. So now they respect it, and that's going to be a good ban. I'm expecting that they now ban the meta champions, the Riven, the Fiora, and so far the Renekton has always been banned. And I think Haribons would be able to do that on this next ban.
Mm-hmm. They could potentially do it. I mean, the bans are also a statement of this draft minigame.
Mm-hmm.
This
Right.
signals the champions that you want to pick. This signals the draft that you want to pursue. And right now, with the Varus and Lee Sin banned away, they don't want to fight that early game potential. And also Varus as a utility champion as well that can
Ooh.
have so much huge poke damage. And Ziggs from Valiant Esports will do the same thing. They
Yeah.
don't want that poke.
Yeah, they don't really want to fight against poke champions. Again, even in the side of PLM, Ezreal has also been picked a lot by Earlsu, and they banned the Ziggs because Earlsu also picked this Ziggs once. And Riven, this is not. I mean, this is not. This is normal. We always see a Riven ban every
Yeah,
time.
common ban because it's just so massive as a champion. His
Yeah,
potential to outplay is just so much because of his skills that has so much distance coverage.
yeah.
So banning it away is a good call coming from Harry Bonds to finish this ban off for the first rotation. It's going to be new
Mm.
Nunelwalam for Valiant Esports.
Oh, getting a new ban, that just says a lot for Valiant Esports. They might be looking for a Jarvan pick onto them.